Welcome to Live Edge episode. Welcome to Live Edge episode number next, because I don't know which one it is. I think it's 27.
I don't even know.
27. Let's go with 27.
We'll go with that.
I'm Matt.
I'm Amy.
It's 731 Woodworks. See several of you already in the house. Drop a comment there and let us know where you are from, what state you're in, indoor country, if you're outside the U.S. We always have several from outside the U.S. What's been going on this week?
Well, you know, this is our first week that we haven't had a guest in a while.
It's just us.
So I don't even. I feel like we just got in here and everything is like nuts tonight.
Well, I still got some shelves to build to start putting things on, and
we're
with that
nuts.
in mind, we'll segue into the what we got this week. Mail call. We'll start calling this mail call.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mail call. Yeah.
Go ahead and do it.
So, Mr. Robert Ketchum sent me this fantastic box. Check this out. It's got our logo on it. I gotta hide our faces so it focuses on it.
I look really bad on there tonight.
Focus, camera.
It's not focused.
Look away.
It
was doing it before the show. I promise it was. Anyway, so it's a really nice box, okay? But not only did he send the box.
It's really cool though.
Not only did he send the box, he sent me 5 challenge coins for my collection. A 911. This is a Coast Guard one with an anchor on it. I like my anchors. This is a Coast Guard one with a shark on it on one side and a boat on the other. So that's pretty cool. And then this one, it's like a good Guantanamo Bay coin. So that's pretty cool. It's a wood shop coin from Guantanamo Bay. And then this is a Mississippi challenge coin, port unit 308. So that was really awesome. Thank you, man. And then Mr. Rob Hauser from Rob's Custom Wood Shop sent a mallet. And I love my mallets. So I got our logo on one side and then his logo on the other. It is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. It's well balanced too. Well balanced.
I'm trying to get these states written down, guys.
Thank you guys for those awesome gifts. It's fantastic.
They are. They're really cool. So I saw on here really quick, somebody was asking for prayers.
Yes. Stephanie Simmons.
Was asking for prayers.
Her husband.
So, if y'all will send some prayers her way, please. And our Georgia Peach is in the house, Michelle Cochelle. Love having our Georgia Peach here.
Tonight's topic is know your worth, right? And then add tax.
Yep. And I brought that up last week, which is why we started talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
When we were trying to figure out something to talk about for tonight's show, I was like, well, you know what? A lot of people are always asking about pricing. And I know, we get our haters on there that don't like for us to ask about pricing, but I thought that would be a good way or a good thing for us to talk about tonight. And since we don't have a guest, maybe all of us get caught back up.
Yep.
I look really drained on here tonight. I've had a migraine for 2 days, so y'all have to overlook me. Whew.
So when you think about value or what you're worth or what your product's worth, more specifically, we're talking about worth versus value. So the price of something isn't necessarily what it's worth.
Right.
So if you paid $5 for a gold bar, you got a good deal because you got a gold bar. It's the value of it, the worth of it is more than $5. So the price you're paying for something really has nothing to do with the value of it. If you think about how valuable something is, it's something that's highly useful, something that you really like to have. It may be your favorite phone. It may be your favorite tool. It may be an air conditioner. It's hot. So having a nice air conditioner, I had to, that's just another topic, but I wound up canceling my air conditioner that.
It's one of your tangents.
Oh no, it's a tangent. He's going on another one.
Sorry.
So I ordered an air conditioner for the shop May 18th and from Northern Tool, and they never ship. Messaged them once, and then they said, 5 days, it's going to ship within 5 days. Never shipped. So I called them today, and they're like, well, let me go check on it. No, just give me money back so I can go somewhere else. But anyway, there's that. Tangent alert.
Tangent alert. Did
We gotta
somebody
get
put that?
we gotta get a sound thing that says tangent alert.
Oh, yeah. Stephanie said. That's awesome. Hey, Riley. Oh, I got one of my babies on here
Do you?
tonight. Yes. She said, hey, Miss Outlaw, I miss you badly. I miss you too, Riley. Riley, I need you here doing my hair. She's the one that does my hair at school.
So the value of something is like what Mr. Eddie was talking about last week. If you haven't seen that show, I highly encourage you to go see that after this. But he's getting a premium for his cutting boards that he's making like a couple $100 per cutting board. And when he said that, I thought of a place called Paul Michael's. You know where that's at? It's a little old store in Lake Village, Arkansas, like in Nowhereville, Arkansas.
Hey, they have a website though, so I mean they can ship anywhere. It's not just.
I think they have like 2 or 3 stores. I think there's one in Monroe, Louisiana too, or something. But anyway, you walk in this store. Lake Village is predominantly farmers, and it's a lower income place.
Well, you've got a lot of people that rent because of the lake that's there.
Yeah, there's a big lake there. But anyway, Paul Michael's, when you walk in there, the store is a premium store, and you're going to pay premium prices for everything in there.
When he says premium, these chairs that we're sitting in, that I think we gave like $100 and something for the pair from Target. In that store, these chairs would be $800 or $900 each for the
and they sell like
chair.
farmhouse style tables.
Yeah.
What do you call those things? Live edge tables, things like that. Extremely expensive. However, when Mr. Eddie was talking about what he charged for his cutting boards, when you walk in there, they have cutting boards like all over the store in different places, and they charge a premium for those things. And I guarantee you they're selling them because people think or find value in them. So they feel like they're getting a premium product. Right. So you feel like you're getting a premium product. But at the same time, there's nobody there competing with them in that space. So when you walk, it's not like you can walk next door and get the same cutting board for $25. Because if you got 2 pieces of product, whether that be a cut, just if we're going to use cutting boards, but say you got a walnut and maple cutting board here, and you got a walnut and maple cutting board here, and then a walnut and maple cutting board across the street. If one of them's 200 and one of them's 50, and they're the same wood, the same thickness, the same size, which one are you going to go buy? And so if you're thinking about trying to sell your products, you need to differentiate yourself. That's a big old word.
That's one of them $4 words.
It was. Maybe even 5. And
hey, really quick though, Mr. Ketchum's on here now.
Awesome.
I don't know if he was on here when we did our call out.
Yep. Mr. Ketchum, I showed you your box.
Yeah, that
and
was
all
awesome.
Your coins.
I don't know
if
you were on here when we
first started. If you missed that,
started.
give me a shout out.
That box is beautiful.
But so the value.
Tangent alert. Tangent alert.
Huh? I was on task.
That was me. I kind of got
you knocked me off on
tangent. Knocked off.
So what I'm saying is, you have to separate yourself. If you're in a market where people are selling the exact same thing, so if you're selling a cutting board and Joe Smith across the road or down the street or on Facebook is selling the same cutting board, what are you doing to differentiate yourself from that person? And it may just be the quality of your work, your skill level, or things like that. So
it could also be that you offer such a different customization than a box store, or you got to kind of.
Well, if you're really not competing with box stores, because
you're not,
a lot of people that come
but
to
in a customer's mind, a lot of times you are, because they're thinking, well, I can get this at IKEA, or I can get this at Amazon.
That's when you go tell them to kick rocks.
Well, I mean, you want to
in a nice way.
In a nice way.
But that's not the customer that we're in business for. You're in business for custom woodworking, or you're building projects or building stuff for people. That's a custom handmade item that has value. It's not mass produced in some factory somewhere. So your skill and your time and your knowledge has value. You have value.
That's right. And I think a lot of times when y'all ask pricing help on the community, I think that's what I see a lot of people come back and tell you. Well, make sure that you're charging enough for this, charge enough for your skill, charge enough for what you're putting in it. Well, because I think by nature, most people don't want to give someone an unfair deal. And so sometimes it's really hard to try to self-value your own stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like it can be really hard.
I read something earlier today that said if you price stuff too low, it's going to wind up causing you more stress and then more regret and just flat out not want to do the work.
J316 just said it right. He said you can charge too little.
Yep, that's right.
That's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, because I mean,
Becca said she likes saying kicking rocks. He says that all the time. All the time.
If you charge too little and you're making a bunch of something, or if you're just making a big project and you've undercharged, which I've done before, you kind of almost get resentful that you've charged. You're like, man, I'm doing all this work and I'm only getting this amount of money. Like, why did I do this to myself? And so you get into that groove, you'll wind up catching yourself. You're just going to wind up having to raise your prices, and then everybody's going, why did you raise your prices? But sometimes you just got to, man.
Rick Coulter wants to know if you stopped using your Delta Cruise miter saw.
I did stop using that Delta Cruiser. That Delta Cruiser miter saw. And I did a short video on it, and I was going to put out a short on the channel and let everybody know where it went. And I was like, man, I just don't want to do that. And so, but I've had how many messages now? Hundreds.
Yeah.
Wanting to know where the Deltas went. So the Delta, guy put it on my heart to give that Delta to someone locally that I know. I didn't know if he needed the saw or what. I reached out to him and was like, man, look, guy put it on my heart to give you this saw. And he's like, oh, wow. So he comes and gets it. And this guy, man, he's just a good dude.
He is.
He wound up praying over me, praying over the business, and was very appreciative of the saw. The one they had was like a Cobalt brand. He said it wouldn't cut square anymore. Like it was bad, out of whack, because it had been abused. So he's got the saw. And the reason I gave him the Delta was because it was the newer of the two saws. The DeWalt was almost 4 years old. The Delta was barely a year old and hadn't really been used that much. And so I decided to give him that, or God put it on my heart to give him that. And that's where it's at. That's where the Delta's at. Delta's gone. So, and I did reach out to Delta and tell them what I was going to do with it beforehand. And they actually wanted, they wanted to send him a brand new one.
Hey, Alfredo.
However, they weren't going to have any more in stock until like August or something. I don't remember exactly the date, but it was going to be a while. And I was like, I don't want him to wait. So anyway, that's where it's at.
Really quick, I liked something that William Went said. He said, you guys rock the sawdust. I love that. I just loved it. Mr. Robert went back and watched the mail call and said that it was awesome for the shout out. The box, seriously beautiful. And then Ismail, I don't know if I'm saying that right.
You're not. You messed that all up. Ismail.
I don't know. 2A. How do I price my woodwork? What is a good formula? That's the question that
we got a pricing video.
Yeah, that's the question that we see more than anything. And that's what this show is all about. It's because you're not just pricing the parts of it. You're not just pricing, a table. You're pricing the skill that went into it and the love and the effort that went into that.
Obviously, when you first start out, your prices are going to be lower as your skills improve. So as does the cost of building things, because your supplies are costing more, your materials, your tools.
Especially
materials now. Woo! And but Rick Coulter won't know anything that I didn't like about the Delta. The only thing I did not like about it, which was stated in the review, was that the dust blew forward of the saw too much. And I actually had someone send me a CNC or a 3D printed part that goes on the back that hooked I can't talk, y'all. Hooked the shop back up to, and we hooked the shop back up to it. That helped, but it still blew a lot of sawdust forward. And some say you could flip that little rubber flap and it helps a little bit. But other than that, I love that saw. I love the light. I got really used to having that light line or the shadow line. I actually miss it quite a bit. But the DeWalt's still a good saw too.
I'm still writing down states. I'll do a shout out. I'll do a shout out in just a little bit. Y'all go ahead and drop those states if you haven't already.
Greg Hicks wants to know what I'm getting to replace it.
I was fixing to say that.
Right now, I'm just going to use the DeWalt for a while. Still a great saw. I've used it last 2 days, all day, every day. So it's good. It's good.
J316's got it going. He says, pricing, I let my wife do it.
I do a lot of that too.
He tries, but it's hard for me to price
Shoot,
stuff.
when I was building stuff a lot to sell, somebody send me a picture and say, "Hey, can you build this? And what would you charge for it?" And I'd show her. I was like, "Well, I'm thinking about this. $275." She's like, "Are you crazy?" It's like you got to at least charge $500 for that.
Well, I mean, some of that stuff, y'all seen stuff, and when you go into a furniture store that's made with that, I don't know what that stuff's called, the prefab stuff or whatever it is, and they want $2,000 for a little TV stand that you have to straighten the doors on just to make it look half right,
Yep.
I don't know. Ishmael.
Call him Ishmael. I was right.
Ishmael. You were right.
Whoa, that's on video. I can clip that out and just share it. Or just put it on repeat.
We're just going to move forward.
You're right.
Ishmael, we're just going to move forward. We planned that out before the show.
Montana's here. Don't forget Montana.
Montana. I got Montana. I'm writing them down now. Oh, my goodness.
I catch back up on my notes.
Yep.
Warren Buffett, I read a quote of his. It says, "Price is what you pay, value is what you get." So if you're paying, we was talking about that a while ago, but I mean, there's so many things that are valuable to you personally or to us. My table saw is valuable to me. I paid $600 for it, but it's extremely valuable because I use it all the time in the shop. The miter saw is valuable. You know what I mean? So those type tools are valuable. So even if you get a good deal on them, they may be worth more to you than what you actually
Mr.
paid
Jackie, no. No.
That's where a new ringtone will be. You're right.
No. Hey, Lloyd's in the house.
What's up, Lloyd?
What's up?
Lloyd Wagner.
Lloyd Wagner is in the house. And then we've got our Georgia Peach, we've got Becca, we've got Lloyd, we got J3. We got all the people up in here tonight. We've been missing you guys.
Yep.
And some of you reached out to me after last week when I was talking about a little bit of my story. I had several of you reach out to me letting me know that I have people in my corner now. And so thank y'all. It was super sweet. I had several people reach out. It was very, very, very kind. Becca says she works for Geico and is amazed when it comes to values he puts into his business, like value and service. Yeah.
And that's something else you can add value to your customer, is going over the top with the customer, keeping them.
Y'all let us know if you're fuzzy. Brenda Beeson says that we're fuzzy. It may just be hers, but let us know, guys.
So you could, if you're adding extra value, what I would used to do is, I've said this before, I would send them progress pics along the way. Okay, the frame's built, the tabletop. Kind of keeps them in the loop, helps them go along with the build. And they're like,
married man don't feel fuzzy.
They can be in the build process with you, and it makes them a part of that build, so they can actually see how it's built, how it's put together, the time it took to make it. Like, they really like seeing that stuff, and it's kind of the behind the scenes of building the piece. And then they can get some input there too. If you have a question, would you prefer it this way or this way? And just kind of let them be a part of the build. That's part of that customization and that personal touch that you can offer that nobody else can. The factories can't offer that.
Miss Brenda Beeson, I think it's probably your screen. Everybody else says it's clear. So you need to click on, is it the settings that they go to?
Yeah.
Yeah, settings, quality, and change it to 720, I think is the one you need to change it to.
Thank you, Jonathan. This is Caruso.com.
That's one of your new ones.
99.9% of the shirts I wear come from Caruso.com or Mardell.com. But that's where it comes from.
So really quick, let's do a rundown of our states.
Let's do it.
I don't see Mississippi. If Mississippi's on here, go ahead and put that in there so I'll see it. We've got Georgia, Florida, Minnesota, Vermont, Kentucky, Indiana, Virginia, South Dakota, Missouri, Louisiana, Canada, Wisconsin, Arkansas, Illinois, Pennsylvania, Honduras, New York, Tennessee, Massachusetts, Ohio, Maine, Texas, Colorado, Delaware, Alabama, Montana, Australia, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Wyoming.
Greenbow, Alabama.
No Mississippi in there. Ireland. We have Ireland. That's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
No Mississippi. Maryland.
Corey Holloway, any suggestions on quoting shipping?
Mississippi Delta. Whoop, whoop.
Any on quoting shipping? Now, I did not get into shipping large items. I would ship things like flags or stove covers, smaller products that you could sell. Even stove covers were 30 inches, sometimes 32, 33. I've shipped them up to 36 inches wide, but they were only like this thick in the package, so 5-6 inches thick. And so those things, I mean, just depends on where you're going to ship them to. Like the next state over, around you, it's usually about $20 priority shipped. But if it went from Arkansas to California or from Arkansas to New York, it was like $50 at the time. So
California's on here too.
So I would, I mean, what I did was just went to USPS.com and calculated shipping. I didn't ship large items because of freight costs. Freight is high, and $150 or and up for freight shipping. So I never even got into that.
Okay, so really quick, we've done our states, we've done mail call. We have not done our spotlight.
You show ahead? Done. Forgot about it.
Did you say you?
I said we show ahead.
You said you.
You show ahead. Look at you.
All right, so we are going to show our Sawdust Spotlight.
Yep. If I can figure out how to work this button.
Yeah, you need to figure things out.
Is this going to do it?
Let's see.
Bam. There it is.
Did it work?
Yep.
So for our Sawdust Spotlight.
Hold it louder.
Cody said he got this for Father's Day. What'd you get?
That's awesome.
So he posted it to the community.
Yeah.
And technically he made that. So I think that's a little Sawdust Spotlight
That's
there.
right.
And then also we have Jerry Rose who made this fishing pole for his dad.
Fishing
for
pole
Father's
holder.
Day. Fishing pole holder. I'm sorry. Holder. You were right.
Yes.
Holder.
Oh, 2 in 1 day. 2 in 1 day. I got 2 in 1 day that I was right.
Miracles don't happen.
Yes. Yes.
That is awesome.
Lightning does strike twice.
That's fantastic. Anyway, so check that out. Check out Mr. Jerry's and then check out Cody's and congratulate both of them on wonderful Father's Day gifts. So Ken Salt said he can't beat that. Cassandra said, all my heart.
Yep.
Oh, and Becca said, yay, Cody for the win. When I saw that, I was like, that has got to be a Sawdust Spotlight. It's got to, right? It's a baby.
That's awesome. Alfredo was right. I bought a scale off of Amazon.
Hey, wait, Julia.
Hold on, you can't interrupt. Yeah. It's rude. And
Julius said he can say he made that, but if he asks for advice on pricing his work, it's going to really dampen the vibe. Sorry, I had to. That's awesome, Julius. Okay.
Alfredo is right about buying a scale. I bought one off Amazon. It will weigh up to 50 pounds, and that's what I would use to get my weights on my products before I ship them. And that helped a bunch because you don't want to get up there and you haven't weighed it right, and then they have to add more money to it than what. And I always bought through Etsy. It was cheaper to buy if you're shipping through Etsy. It's cheaper to go through them. They give you a discount to USPS priority. Also, there's a 303 Woods out of Shreveport, I believe they are, Louisiana. He at one time, I'm assuming he's still doing it. He was shipping like hundreds of packages a week, and he got the deal through FedEx where they gave him a lower price, and they actually picked up at his house because he was using so much. So they actually have a small business section that they will set you up with a representative, and you can work with them to get you some shipping too.
I'm loving the conversation between Mo and Alfredo about the car. So we're trying to get Mo a new car.
She's trying to get a new car.
Yeah, so this is what the child does. I know she's not a child, but she's a child.
St. Martin.
So she's got a friend over tonight, or had a friend over, Kathy, and they were in there talking, and I told her, I said, Mo, you need to come in here and get this car picked out because we need to get a car ordered today. And she comes in, and I just cooked a homemade meal.
It was good,
a good meal. And she comes in, she's like, we're going to go eat at the Chinese place in town. And I'm like, Mo, you've got to pick a car out. She said, oh, just pick one out. Who does that? So Alfredo picked her one out, and I think it was a perfect car.
It was about this short.
It looked like the little car from the show that Steve Urkel was on that he drove.
Family Matter.
Family Matters. Looked just like that. Mo said she picked out like 10 cars and y'all shot them down. No, that's not true. That's so not true. Oh, we
David
got
Corliss says UPS also does the same
here.
thing as FedEx does. So they'll set you up with a representative. And as a matter of fact, I think I talked to UPS one time that they couldn't beat because of the area, they couldn't beat the price that Priority Mail was giving me at the time. So
Wise Woodworks, the pickings are very
Whoa.
slim right now.
Prices are up too. Like a used car price is more than what it was sticker priced a year or two ago. So it's crazy. Crazy times, folks.
They still talking about it. It's funny. We've got St. Martin on here. I thought that was cool. Greg said, "Are you getting her a micro machine? She needs one."
Mm-hmm.
She can't reach the pedals in certain ones. Bless her. Roman Ranger said that he loves how his friends in the South call them fishing poles.
They are fishing poles.
No G after the
No,
N
no,
on
no.
fish.
They fishing
They're
poles.
not fishing.
No.
They're fishing.
Fishing pole.
They're fishing poles. That's exactly what they are.
Fishing pole.
Good Vibe says, "Howdy from Colorado, Mile High Woodcraft."
Hey, we'll be in Colorado in November, Lord willing.
Yes, we're going there in November. We're so excited. It'll be my first time flying.
And first time seeing the Rockies. So that's exciting.
Really nervous about flying. Really nervous.
I hit the wrong button.
Alfredo says that his wife deals with UPS freight on a daily basis, and they're horrible.
Ooh.
Afternoon, Callie.
I thought he was going to tell us that they were awesome and we could use them.
Oh, Cal says that they're on baby watch for their second son right now.
Awesome.
Keep them in their prayers. Side note, wife approved, new baby equals new CNC.
Hey, y'all.
Can't speak highly enough about my wife's support for me. That's awesome. And congrats on the baby boy. Let us know about that. We love babies.
Mm-hmm.
I love babies. We don't have Bryson on here tonight.
So I'm working on a project for next week's video, next Thursday's video. And I set my CNC up last night in the Carbide Create, and I just need to cut out some circles. I just need some circles. That's all I need.
He didn't even get one circle.
All I need is 5-inch circles, like 36 of them, 5-inch circles. I don't want to give it away what the project is. I don't know nobody steal my idea. It's not really my idea because there's a bunch of them out there. But I have not seen a video with this many in one. So I just need some 5-inch circles, y'all. And what happens is I made this Carbide Create file, and I told the CNC to do something, and I didn't speak this language right. And it failed on the first one and dug into the CNC, and the bit come out of the thing and jammed down into the aluminum. Like, it was an ordeal. And so I need to back up and punt on it.
Hey, Miana, another one of my babies.
I got to learn how to.
Hey, Miana.
I got to learn how to operate the CNC. The problem is I hadn't had time to dig into it yet.
Mr. Jackie told Roman Ranger those Yanks ain't gonna talk right. Miana, I miss you. Riley was on here too. I don't know if she's still on here, but I miss y'all. Jason Garrett's screen just went fuzzy. Try to go into your settings and change the quality.
Sometimes it'll do that when because I'm looking at all our settings. We're the same. So
CNC spanking in tongues.
Yes.
That's what J316 said.
Yes,
it's exactly right. As soon as he started his CNC, he sent me a text. I had to take Mo somewhere. He sent me a text and said, "CNC epic fail." I'm like, oh Lord. Here we go again. Oh, Greg says when we come to Colorado, he's taking us to dinner. We're coming to Breckenridge. And we are...
Spire Pro. I got to look at that. If it's easier to use, I got to look at it.
Yeah, you definitely need
Carbide
something
Create
better.
is confusing
Robin
to me.
Rimp said he flies all the time. Bring a neck pillow, good headphones, and a mask. You'll be good.
I hate masks.
Yeah, he does. He hates them.
I'm an anti-masker. I don't like them.
He loses his.
It makes me angry.
He loses his temper over these masks. It's bad.
Ken Suit, maybe somebody in the chat can tell you what the good CNC to start with. I got the Shapeco 4, but it was given to me by them. I didn't have to buy it, so I'm not sure on what a good beginner one is. Somebody else can speak better to that than me.
Hey, Stephanie says schedule some time to learn the CNC. Put it on your calendar.
I need to. Problem is my calendar ain't got no room in it right now.
Mr. Greg, we'll let you know. We're coming to Destin, Florida, on 7/31.
Hey.
And then and so somebody had said in our moderator chat, that you need to make 7/31 Power Tip Day.
Power Tip Day?
Yes, that you need to give power tips all day long.
I don't know if I got that many power tips.
I told them that I would drive so that you could do, and they said you could do shorts or something like that. So I told them I would drive so that you could do that.
What does that even mean? Oh, you're talking about when we're driving down there. I got you.
Yeah, that'd give you hours to drive. But
9 hours.
We're going in the truck, and I don't really want to drive the truck. It hurts my arm.
And Coda screams the whole way. So.
Oh. Power tip. Drug your dogs. Not with bad stuff, y'all. Give them some travel medicine. Whatever the vet's going to give us, we're going to let the vet give us something. The whole day, shorts and TikToks. I totally agree.
TikTok people be mean, boy. Them and Facebook people. Man. So I put some of my older videos up on Facebook over the last few. Well, it was a couple months ago. I was uploading some of my older videos up to Facebook and just let them see what they would do. One of them, the 3 ways to cut straight, started getting some traction. Them folks be mean.
Hey. You know what time it is?
Power tip time.
Power tip time.
The power tip.
Did you figure out your power tip for tonight?
I don't know.
I don't either. Y'all, I don't know. I don't know about that.
The power tip is don't lower your value to meet someone else's expectations. And that goes back to that video where I talked about the customer asks if you'll take less. And then you say, you have to know your value and know what your products are worth. If you don't, seek help. The community is there to help you. I've got a pricing video also. We try to be fair in our pricing. I do that with the woodworking plans and different things like that. I want to keep them fair so that it's a business, so that we can actually make money and grow. But also at the same time, it's not overpricing things. So that's kind of the
Becca.
Don't undervalue.
I just wrote down the name of that, Becca, because we're going to our vet before we go to get something. Mo said PETA wants to know our location after I said we were going to drug the pups.
I was like, I don't know.
But Becca gave me the name of one that they use. My daughter's dog, Mo's dog, throws up in a vehicle if you go more than a couple of minutes.
Couple feet.
Yeah. And then our boy, Coda, he screams. The last time we went to Destin, he screamed from here to Mobile.
That's 6 hours, y'all. Or 5.
It was about 6.
5 and change with traffic. Yeah. Because the traffic was stalled in Mobile.
By the time we made it to Mobile, we were so exhausted and frustrated. I mean, it's really, really hard to travel with him.
Hey, Rick, congratulations on that new saw.
Becca said that it's... Oh, thank you, Wise Woodworks.
Thank you, man. Super chat. Did that even say anything?
I don't know. I pressed the button. Becca said, though, it mellows them out.
Yeah.
So we're going to hope for that. Stephanie quoted you on there. Don't lower your value based upon someone else's expectations.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to show you something I'm working on. And you get a virtual fist bump if you can guess what it is. Ready? Mm-hmm. Ready?
Can I guess?
You can't guess. You may not be able to guess it. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. That's all I'm going to show. I got to do it quick. You got to be able to guess it real quick. Cassandra's a winner. Virtual fist bump.
Dang, she got that fast. That was fast. Look, they all knew.
I posted on Instagram the other day.
It's making me approve the word cornhole. It's making me approve
That's some Beavis and Butthead stuff. My other pictures hadn't come through. I took several today. I was going to show some more of some other stuff, but for whatever reason, they're not populating through.
Somebody Mr. Jackie said they saw it on Instagram. You goofball. Somebody earlier said, and Cal said he'll keep us updated on baby. I haven't heard the 7/31 meaning. I assumed a Bible verse, but couldn't figure out. Could be wrong. It's our anniversary, yep. July 31st. Jennifer said, so I was thinking if I pay the crazy amount that I pay for wood and I double that money, that should be the cost of my project.
No.
Yeah, don't do that. I don't
of people
think that would be. It could go unfair either way.
Well, no, if you buy $50 worth of lumber, and then you
only
charge
charge
100, but it
yeah.
took you 6 hours to make it, then you've underpriced, you've undervalued yourself.
But somebody through here
Now, it
said a
just
little
depends on what it is, too.
formula, and I want to try to find
A lot
it.
of people will say cost plus certain percent, or double the cost and then add 20%, or some people have some different formulas, but it doesn't work for everything. So,
But somebody put something in here earlier. It may have been toward the beginning, and I didn't make it back to it. And I really wanted to find that. If you're the one that put the formula thing in there, and then you said you could wiggle it around from there, put it back in there. This one says, Bruce Stanton says material plus time plus 50% for overhead is how he prices his. Still building skills, so I don't pay myself as a pro, but more like an apprentice. Yeah, J316 says run pest control company can charge $2,000 for 2 hours worth work in my area. Yet woodworking, I can't get $2,000 for 20 hours. That's about right.
Hey, I was talking to somebody earlier, and they made
here it is.
Like $1,000 so far this month.
It was Z Money 485 said material times 1.5. Do that number plus hours times rate. Put that in parentheses times 2. And then you can wiggle the price around a bit from there.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they put in there. So I don't know if that would work.
I don't think anybody has a real, nobody agrees on a formula. Everybody's going to price their things differently. And it's just like Mr. Eddie was talking last week. He started out at a price. He saw that he could get that price, and he raised them. The next time they come back and ask him, he's like, well, they're going to be $150 more now.
Wise
if you can get
spam
it,
comments with cornhole. That's funny. Yeah, it's really hard because wood right now costs a lot, and so you would think, okay, well,
supposed to be coming down.
If I'm doubling the price of wood, then that should be plenty. But if you look at
you got to time and your expendables, glue, sandpaper, electricity, all that stuff's got to go into it too.
And if it's something that you're cutting intricate work into, details
you're taking
into,
time.
If you take something like that thing that Mr. Jackie McAllister made us of our picture, the material cost of the piece of wood on that, we've showed it before you. The material cost of the wood for that is not anywhere near the cost of the skill or time of the cutout of it. So I mean, it's really hard.
I like J316's approach. He's got products from all price ranges, from low to high.
Yep. I agree.
I like 2 M's. If your customer doesn't grimace when you tell them the price, you were too cheap.
Yeah. If they're really quick, we've done that before, and he'll say, man, I undercharged myself, because they'll jump on it. Yeah, J3, you're 316. You're paying for skill, not product, a lot of times. And like Mr. Eddie was saying on the show last week, you're selling them something that is
custom.
It's priceless.
Handmade.
It's something that it's supposed to become priceless once they get it. That thing Mr. Jackie made us, that's of me and you. I look at that all the time.
That's a price versus value thing. That is valuable to us. The gifts we receive are valuable. The hammer I got, or the mallet.
My cutting board that Brother Riv sent me.
It's value.
Yeah, absolutely.
This box with these coins, that's valuable to me. I like them. I like having those things. I'm going to build shelves over there to put this stuff on. I've got a mallet from last week back here. That stuff. So the price of it, you just got to figure out what the value is. Is somebody wanting a handmade custom piece, or do they want something they go to Walmart and buy?
Well, Rob said, my flags take forever, but I've worked my way to a price point where I'm good. You just have to be happy with yourself. Yeah.
It's like Twisted Oaks. I've got one of his flags. I've done a video on it a while back, unboxing and hanging it up. They got to make some amazing flags in it, but he puts in hours of work on there. He's got a YouTube channel that he's working on.
Great Grandpa.
Awesome, man. Thank you.
Super chat.
And J316 says he prices his flags low because he can mass produce them, but other things he has to price very high. That's exactly right.
Yeah. And if you can batch stuff out, then Jackie, we loved it, man. Like I said,
Yeah.
it's right above that fist bump sign right there.
It's on the wall up there, and I look at it all the time because it is. Well, for one thing, that picture is one of our favorite pictures.
Mm-hmm.
We took that picture the summer that he re-proposed to me on the beach, and so that was one of our favorite trips ever. So I don't know. Jonathan said that people say I can buy materials for a fraction of that and do that myself. He's like, okay, then just do it. That people like to say that kind of stuff. Why would I pay you that much money when I could go buy the stuff and do it myself 10 times cheaper? Okay, if you can do that and you know that it's going to be cheaper for you to do it yourself, why did you come to me in the first place? It's because you can't. So I think they say that a lot of times trying to get you to cut the price.
Yeah, it's a tactic.
Yeah, but that goes right back again to what he was saying earlier, that that's not really who you're advertising to, because someone who's not coming to you wanting something special is usually, even when he did stove covers and he felt like he was mass producing them.
I would.
Yeah, he kind of was.
For what I could turn out of the shop.
Yeah, he was sort of a production line out there. But they were still customized to each person's style, size, everything.
Yeah,
the color, if it was distressed, if it had a low profile, a higher profile.
I was doing, what do you call it? Monograms on them too with the cricket.
Yeah, and
cricket, whatever you call them.
It's Roman Ranger. Good point. What did Roman? Okay, he said, I think it boils down to what you want to get out of it. Are you doing it for a profit, for a job, or just because you love to make stuff? Value works both ways. Yes, it sure absolutely.
Does. That's an excellent point, and that should have been my clarity.
Yeah, that should.
But it's like
Jennifer even said that was a good point.
And what was that guy's name? I put it on a video. The 96-year-old man who makes little wooden crosses and he gives them away. He was making it was one of the YouTubers, a big YouTuber's grandpa. And he had gotten to the age where he couldn't actually use some of the bigger tools anymore because it was getting dangerous. And so he started making these little wooden crosses. He made thousands of them and was giving them away. And how valuable was that to him to be able to do that? So, yeah, that value goes both ways.
Faith Building Woodwork said, I'm definitely glad this has been said. My wife always fussed that I charge way too low.
She's probably right.
I told her, well, I want to give someone something they'll enjoy, affordable, but I'm undercutting. Yeah.
If you're doing it for a profit and you're trying to make business. It's
really hard because I think one thing that he's saying, he wants to give somebody a good value. And I think you're that way too. I've told him before, I'm like, you're underselling yourself on this. You are way underselling yourself. And I think as women, sometimes those of us that are not the woodworkers, maybe we're more the shoppers and less of the builders. We can kind of look from a more objective view and say, okay, look, you are way undercutting yourself here, because I think he's always just wanted to be able to give people a good deal, but it's hard because, and somebody said something down here, where's it at? Said something about going to Walmart. Oh, Greg. He said, when people can get a farmhouse look at Hobby Lobby or Walmart for cheap, they think you should be the same price. Yeah. I think that's the problem. However, we feel like we're not giving them a good deal because they can go get especially if they tell you, well, I can go to Hobby Lobby and get a table for $200 and you're wanting to charge me $800. Yes, but that $200 table is not going to withstand your 2-year-old dancing on top of it. Whereas the $800 table that I'm going to build you will withstand your whole family dancing on it.
If you look at the Hobby Lobby stuff, because like their stuff is like really thin. It's not really all that greatly made. It's just bad. Yeah, you can see that. So somebody wants to know, Michael Hall, how do you price or value a product that no one else is making? Well, for one, we got to ask ourselves, is nobody else making it because it won't sell, or is it something extremely unique that you've come up with that nobody else is selling in your area or in your general vicinity or region? So we're talking multiple states. If you got something like that and it's a good item, then you can charge quite a bit for it. You just got to figure out if the why there's none of those available, or if it's just something like a cutting board, but you've made it unique somehow, then of course yours should be more valuable than everybody else's.
Rebecca Robson says that someone pointed out to her that you don't want to undersell because it can make it harder for other people who are trying to sell it for maybe a better, a closer price to what maybe they should be selling it for.
See,
she said who's charging a decent amount.
When I started out, there was a guy locally that was building similar stuff, but he was undercutting like bad. And I was already charging what I thought was, or she thought was a lower price. Mm-hmm. And he was like, a whole...
But he was batching things out that were not built the way you built them.
Yeah, I know. But still...
The others don't see that.
But when you look at a picture of it just sitting by itself, it's, to the customer, they don't see the difference. They just see something that looks similar. Maybe it's painted similar or stained similar. But they're looking at it, they're like, well, I can get it for him for $100 and you're trying to charge me $500. It's kind of thing. So...
Becca said you don't have to think from the point of your own work being valued. You're more unbiased and speak realistically from a money standpoint, which is so valuable. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ace Justin 2K say your desk looks so nice. We love it. Thank you.
Thank you. I do love this
Becca,
desk.
that's a good point. Sometimes maybe you do need to think from a different point of view. Mm-hmm. Put yourself into the consumer's mind, put yourself into the seller's mind, put yourself into every part of it if you need to. Wise said, quit blocking my comments. Did somebody block his comments?
No.
Wise Woodworks, or is he just...
I
thought those would help me, but they're making it worse. Let's see. Great Grandpa said he made 2 of your farmhouse tables free for a family.
That's awesome.
One for one of the daughters and the other for our oldest grandson. Both were completely stained. Made me proud when they asked me to sign them. Aw, I love that.
That's awesome.
Hey, welcome to the late party, Jason Pressler. Little one had dance recital.
Hey, that's more important, man. That's more important.
Yeah, that just made me stop. Mo used to be in dance, and her senior year of high school, when she did her final dance at dance recital, I squalled and squalled and squalled.
And for you northerners, squalled is crying.
I cried like a big old baby. Becca said, that's what you bring to the table. Amy, is what I meant. As a builder, we put too much thought into it and need to just price it. I think he does that a lot. When he would price stuff, and he does that with thumbnails. He does that with edits. He does that with everything. He'll come to me and he'll say, what should I price this? And I'm like, I don't know. How much do you have in it? Well, is that going to be a fair price to them? Is that going to be a fair price to you? And he's like, well, do you think I should do this? Do you think I should do that? Should I do this? Should I charge them this? Well, what about this? Well, what if I added this? What if we do this? And I'm like, that's exactly what Becca's talking about. Sometimes I think that y'all...
I feel attacked.
He thinks he's being attacked and he's overthinking it. Overthinking it.
I think I just got attacked on camera.
Mo said that you cried like a big old baby too. You did.
Did I? I did.
Yeah, when she did her dance for you. She did a dance for him. Mm. And I cried real big.
That's right. Faith, family, woodworking. In that order. Yes.
Faith, family, woodworking. Yep. Yeah. So, Becca, she did a dance dedicated to him. And at the end of it, she actually had one of his state police shirts without all of the brass and stuff on it, that he couldn't have. She kind of grabbed it from the side of the stage and put it on over her costume and ran to the end of the stage and did a kiss out to him in the audience. I lost it.
Michelle Cochelle says, if you had a close friend or family member making and selling it, what value would you put on it?
Ooh.
The value and price is different now. If you had a family member make you something, the value is different to me. If say my dad made me something, it'd be a whole lot different when he gave it to me than, if I bought it somewhere. I mean, that's yeah. Dexter, I checked Etsy and cut 1/3. It's not a bad strategy because everybody on Etsy that's doing free shipping, which you have to do to get seen, you have to add that shipping cost in there. So,
can you, Michelle? I don't think I ever sent you. She said, "Dang, meant price." Michelle did. She said,
"Oh,
go back up, go back up. Making and selling it. What price would you put on it?" Is what she meant. Michelle, I forgot to send you the picture of Maverick. I don't know if you were on here last week when we gave an update on him and we showed the picture of him in the blanket that you made for him. Can you put that back on there? It's in my text to you.
We text a lot.
Nuh-uh, because you've been home. There. Oh, go back down. Right there.
I don't know about that.
So, Michelle, he's going to put on the screen Little Maverick. So, I haven't heard, Becca, I haven't heard anything else from him in a few days. But the last time I talked to him, well, it was after the show I talked to him. He was doing really good. But, y'all, there he is, sweet little Maverick on his blanket that Michelle made him.
She saw the replay.
Oh, okay.
J316, it's not a bad idea to charge your family double. Sometimes they can be more worrisome than a stranger.
And one bad thing about family, y'all, if there's anything they don't like about it, or if they want to get picked, like, family can be harder than anybody else to do something for. We try so hard to stay away from
commission work. Now, if you're building gifts, great grandpa said he gave 2, and they want him to sign it, that's a gift that he made them. They'll treasure that forever.
We built, or he did, and I painted a toy box for my sister's grandbaby. She's got her one and only grandbaby. And he built on a toy box for his first birthday, and I painted it and hand lettered his name and everything. And they loved it. That to them, that was one of those priceless things. But it was because it was a gift.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, that's right, Becca. Family ain't afraid to come nagging. That's the problem. That's the problem. And something else, some of you, I see that y'all do refurnishing things, or what do you call it? Is that refinishing, refacing? I don't know. Restoring.
Restoring. That's a good one.
Whenever you restore for something, or restore something for someone, you have to be so careful on that too, because, here's my opinion on it anyway, and y'all know what opinions can be. That can be one of those things where they are like, okay, this is a family heirloom, but they haven't told you that, and you're trying to restore it or refinish it into something that looks more modern or whatever. And if anything happens to that and they come after you for the value, that's one of those things where they come after the value, not what it's actually worth. It's not the monetary worth. They're going to come after the family worth of it. Yeah. So be careful of that too.
My great aunt owned that.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, good night, J316. There's someone that's asked me about us redoing something for them multiple times, and we won't do it. Won't do it. Oh, is Mr. Jackie getting ready to have a anniversary? Where'd it say? Headed to Virginia Beach this weekend to celebrate their 25th anniversary.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
congratulations.
Awesome.
We ain't far behind you.
Mr. Jackie's asking Becca if there's any good places to eat that won't make them choke when they bring them the check. That's awesome. Yeah, we ate at some good places in Nashville.
So did Paul hooked us up with a good breakfast? Paul Moon?
He was on here earlier.
I saw him.
Yeah, I don't know if he's still on here, but he was on here. Jeff McGee, did you see what he said to you?
Yeah, I said thank you, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm highly critical of myself. I'm highly critical of my edits, my woodwork, and all that, but that's part of it.
Yeah, but and it's not always a bad thing to be critical of yourself. Sometimes it's like I'm completely critical on myself as a teacher all the time, but I love my students, and I hope everybody knows, or at least can tell that since they pop on every Tuesday night. But I think if I wasn't critical on myself, my teaching would suffer.
It's like, to me, even, I mean, I point out my mistakes on my videos so that you can see, you know, it happens.
We're human.
Everybody makes them. I don't care who you are. I mean, the biggest woodworker on YouTube is making mistakes somewhere along the way. A lot of them show the mistakes, but you're going to make them. It's like this desk. It didn't come out just right because I didn't do the dowel just right. I know what I did wrong. The line on my jig wasn't exactly perfectly centered with the hole that I had drilled. If it had been, everything would have worked out just fine. But I learned from that mistake. Now I know what not to do next time. And it wasn't a critical error where I had to scrap the whole build and ruin all this beautiful ambrosia maple. And so that, you know, you just learn from your mistakes. But yeah, I like to look back and like, if I watch a video now that I made 6 months ago, I think it's trash. I'm like, what are you doing? But, you know, stuff I built 4 years ago, I'm like, God, you made that? You know, but some of it I'm proud of. I'm like, you know, that turned into this, to this, to this. Because I made this project, I was able to make this one. So that kind of stuff is just stepping blocks and learning.
Aldi Trexler said, family will shaft you almost every time. That... I hate that, but a lot of times that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard more people have trouble with family than anybody else.
Yep. Dan, it's like, there's an old saying about doing. Anyway, Dan Riley wants to know if we have a detailed video on how to do the Marine Corps flag. I don't. I had a Milescraft circle cutting jig is what I used to cut that circle out. You just use a router. I've got a rigid palm router. Bought a new router, y'all. It's coming. Should be here tomorrow. And so it'll go out. You just use that and it just cuts the circle. And then from there, you just route the rest of that out till you got nothing left about yay deep.
Robert Branch says, how do you charge for your farmhouse table, coffee table, etc.? We've got a video on that.
On pricing. But so the last farmhouse end table and table I made, it was a swap deal. I had
it was a barter.
Yeah, barter. I had an electrician guy I knew. He wanted a table and end table, and I swapped him out to help. He come and helped. He done the work. I held the wire. He crawled in the attic and got sweaty. I didn't, but he wired me up.
Good guy.
Awesome dude. Mm-hmm. He wired me up 3 extra outlets out there because I only had the one, and so it's been like awesome having extra plugins everywhere.
Now he's somebody. His family, we call them family. Mm-hmm. Him, his wife, and their 2 girls. To us, they are family. We love them like family. And they're somebody we know would never, ever, ever shaft us or anything like that. But we're not blood family.
That's right.
With them. But we're, it's weird how that can work. Jennifer Weiland said she had a family member send her a picture of a coffee table, a console table, end tables. And she was like, do you know how long that's going to take me? Jennifer, do you do this full time or is this like a side hustle?
Stephanie Simmons, what's coming down the video pipeline? All right.
That's a good question.
Thursday, I've got the Masca twin and single pocket hole jig review. It's pretty cool. I do some dumb stuff in there that I hope they don't get mad at me for. Did we show? Oh, yeah. I put a story out on Instagram, so it's like a preview. If you haven't seen that, it's gone. But Thursday, that video comes out, and then I don't think I'm going to have one for Sunday. I wanted to have another because that would have been my 3rd Sunday in the row. I really want to get Sunday videos. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to have time to do a Sunday video because of the projects we're working on. I'm building 5 projects in one video. So cornhole boards was one of them. And so it's going to be in one video, all wrapped up for next Thursday, July 1st.
Jennifer is actually a hospital nurse.
Awesome.
She does this as a hobby. That is going to take a while then. That's a lot of work. Oh, gosh. I hope you're charging good for it if you're doing it. Goodness. Michelle Cashel, we love our selected and adopted family, too. We love all you guys.
So the router I got, people are asking what router I got. I bought the DeWalt. I don't remember it's 2.25 horsepower DeWalt. It's plug-in. So I've had that rigid forever, and it's 3.5, 4 years old, and it's a Palm battery powered router. It hates cutting dados like with a passion, and dovetail stuff like that. It really struggles. It just doesn't have the oomph, and so I went with that one because that's the one Jonathan Katz Moses told me he likes, and so he's the man. So I went with his recommendation and got that one. I had been wanting the Bosch for a long time, but I messaged him. I'm like, which one do I need? You know, and he's
Thank
26.
you, Brad McNamara. He said, thanks for all you do. You two really motivate me.
Thank you.
Ken H said, the only time I ever do for family is for gifts.
Yeah.
Us too.
That Bosch, the Bosch
too.
router's like $199 on Amazon, something like that. I bought it from Home Depot, same price, $199.
4321 says that he has a rigid trim router and really likes it. Also has the full size Cobalt, but it's in the table and not variable speed. So
that's
I end
my
up
next
back
deal.
at the trim router.
I want at some point before the end of summer. I don't know if it'll work out that way, but before the end of summer, I want to build a router table with a router lift and the whole nine. Like I want to build like a router cart, I guess, and then put the router table in it.
He's got a lot of really cool videos down the pipeline that's just going to take time to get them done.
Mm-hmm.
But we've already been ordering things and things have been coming in.
Yep. Several things shipped today.
Which is why I know a lot of his messages and stuff have probably not been answered during the day for the past several days because he's been in the shop working.
Man, I need that air conditioning. Northern Tool. Sup?
Yeah, he needs it bad.
Well, I tell you, it was hot. It was hot 2 days ago. Like hot.
Mo just got a final grade for one of her classes, 99.8%. Whoop whoop, go
Good
Mo,
job.
go Mo.
Yep.
Oh, that's what Becca said. Go Mo.
Michael
awesome.
Van Dyke. That is exactly who I'm going with. I'm going to get a Jessam router lift. That's exactly who I want. Mr. Michael Hall. How am I coming along with the CNC? The CNC hates me. I have figured this out. I figured out that the CNC just hates my guts and does not like me.
He is struggling with that CNC.
I need help.
He wants me to figure out.
She needs to learn the CNC. Why I gotta learn it? She needs to be learning
I'm
CNC.
in the house walking on the treadmill during the day, y'all. I've been walking for miles and miles. He said the other day he was going to come look for me. He didn't know what was going on. I'd done come in here and started walking.
Robert Branch, what wood will I recommend for coffee table and end tables last a long time? Walnut, maple, oak, hardwoods. So I'd go with hardwoods. I love walnut and maple. The contrast of walnut and maple is
Did you
nice.
see what Danimal said? A router cart would be an awesome video for us beginners.
Yep. That'd be cool. Mm-hmm. I'd like to make one of those.
Y'all, he's got one video.
I'm a Christian, Alberto.
What?
He want to know my denomination.
Oh. He's got one video, and somebody said that we're teasing with the videos or something.
Yeah, I'm teasing a little bit. I am.
But y'all, he's got one. He's got one that he's gonna do, and we're not gonna give away anything on it.
I want it to be epic.
It is gonna be
like the final result. I want it to be like mind blowing.
Insane thing that our channel has ever.
But I'm putting some money into this one too.
It's gonna have money into it. There's gonna be haters on it. That's okay, y'all. We got told we got hated on so bad, and a lot of you defended him because somebody made a post in the community that said, "Does Matt ever even comment?" And a lot of you were like, "Yeah, all the time. He answers everybody." And it got so bad that one person, we finally had to delete him, said that we were.
He called me a racist.
Oh my gosh, on all kinds of stuff, that we were hypocrites.
Bro,
and
man.
So we finally just, we blocked him. So then he started posting on YouTube. So then he blocked them from YouTube. Then he started sending them private messages through Patreon. Mm-hmm. And so it was crazy.
Calm down.
He said, he kind of attacked at us, and I said, okay, so maybe he should answer messages instead of having a conversation with our kids, or using his hands to comment instead of holding my hand for 5 seconds. And anyway, so he goes off on a tirade after that. And then he tells him in the private message, he says, "Your wife attacked me." And I'm like, what?
People crazy, man.
That's right, Jeff. If you don't have haters, you ain't trying hard enough. Let me just tell y'all, people are going to hate on us.
I don't know.
Video that's come out.
I think
not because it's bad, but because it's going to be so. Not you guys.
I think it's going to be kind of over the top, and it's not in like a.
Oh, thank you, married man.
Thank you, man.
We'll see if we make it work.
Super chat.
I'm muted. Remember, you made me mute.
Super chat.
Did it work that time?
It worked every time. I just got my sound muted for the computer, so
well, you may have got like 4 super chats.
But no, it's not going to be like. It's not going to be. I can't say too much without giving away. It's not going to be like crazy. Well, it is going to be
It's
kind
a
of
little
crazy.
crazy.
But it's going to be cool.
In a good way.
It's going to be
Crazy
really
in a
cool.
good way.
Not just dumb. It's going to be cool. Like I've already been working with people about getting some lumber.
Becca said that's a lot of effort in the drinking Gatorade.
I've already ordered. I ordered like a lot of stuff already.
Yeah. So it's gonna be.
But I'm hoping that like
it's
3-4 weeks the video comes out. That's my hope. But I don't know because it's gonna take a while to build. It's gonna take
a while, and this is gonna be something that.
It's gonna be like an icon.
Yes.
Almost.
It's probably not going to be something that anybody is going to want to build
like.
No,
not exactly.
But I think it's going to be something that people are going to see and go, ooh.
Yeah, similar. I think you're going to want something
I want to adjust
similar.
that to make it my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
I've been reaching out to a couple companies and they're helping me out with it too, as far as sending stuff for it. So
if y'all can't tell, we're a little bit excited about
it. I'm pumped to make it.
Because so when he started telling me about this idea, or that he wanted to do something along these lines that's a little different and a little above what he normally does.
No, it's not going to be too big, Grandpa.
I said, let's just go insane with it. And he said, but if we do this, it's going to cost this. I said, we need to do one thing that's just over the top, insane. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. Let's make one thing that something you really want to do. And so,
Keith, I need it on a sign.
What?
Reggie Jackson said, "People don't boo nobodies." I'm like,
that's funny.
Alfredo, no. I'm gonna conquer the CNC.
Becca said it's the nightstand.
Yeah, nightstand's not coming, is it?
Oh, that is so funny.
Poor
Mo wants that nightstand.
When you make a thing for personal use,
Lobby and get her a nightstand.
When you make things for personal use, do you get requests to build to sell yet? We do. So most of the stuff that I wind up selling, a lot of times we build it for us first, or she wanted it first. Especially starting out, we build it for us or for her. She wanted it. She showed me what she wanted. We built it, and then somebody else. When we post pictures, they're like, "Ooh, I want that." So yeah, that happens a lot.
Mo said that.
Jackie, that would be fantastic if one day the video was us painting the door black. That would be awesome.
Snorted.
Lloyd, where you at, man? That would be cool.
So he's actually been wanting us to figure out some way to paint the door.
No, don't give it away. Giving away their secrets. These are trade secrets. You can't be just giving that stuff away.
He wants us. He's faking about that green door.
No, I like the green door.
No, he really don't want me to paint it.
I don't. But I thought it would be funny if I was doing a video and in the background she was painting it, but with some paint we could take off that didn't stick. So I thought it'd be cool.
Yeah, it would be. That's a holy crap. April 1st video, yes, yeah, Mr. Jackie.
That'd be cool.
That would be a good April 1st. It would be tragic. I cannot wait though until this video.
Hey John, welcome, man.
John says it's his first time catching us live.
You barely caught us.
I know, because we're actually over our time, but that's okay. We got North Carolina on here.
Thank you,
Gary. Says
Appreciate
loves the show. Oh my goodness. I'm really excited about this one. I hope that he can get it done.
Off.
No,
I hope I can pull it off.
No.
Because there's a part in it that I'm actually concerned about.
Well, and we've been trying to talk about all the different parts of it. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be crazy.
It's gonna take a while to build it.
It's gonna take a whole lot of different.
It's got a lot to it, and I haven't figured out exactly what I want yet. So I don't know. I'm excited about it though. I'm really pumped to be able to build it, and it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna be
Josh
cool.
Miller.
I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna build it and put the video out, and then the next live, y'all gonna be, hey, so when are you gonna build this epic thing you were talking about?
So Aldi says, where'd it go? It's moving up. That would be the end of 731. Keep the door green. Ray says, I think we should all paint our doors green.
In solidarity. Yes.
Mr. Jackie said the views would be tripled if y'all said you were painting the door.
Good night, Robert. Thank you for the box and everything, man.
Oh, good night. Chad says fist bump from Iowa. Josh says I'm trying to get the wife to let me paint our door green.
Yes, you should.
God.
Have her watch this video. Green is the best color you can paint your door.
Alfredo says don't paint the green door or we'll lose all of our subs.
It's possible. I mean, it's possible there will be a mass exodus. Thank you, Rebecca. Thank you.
Becca said coffee to stay awake through building this, not nightstand or black door. Mo said if I can't get a nightstand, can I get a green door for my room? Mo, your room is green. Your whole room is green.
Jeff, his garage door is green.
Oh my goodness. The whole door?
That's awesome. Hey.
That's awesome.
Hey.
Aldi said his shop is green.
Maybe our garage door should be green.
No. We are not having a green door on the front of our house.
Mary, man, I thought I was going to be the employee of the month, so I started at the end of May, so we'll call June the first month. I didn't get the employee of the month in June. I thought I was going to have a plaque on the wall.
I was going to wait and announce it on the show. So our employee of the month is Mr. Clamps, Matt Outlaw.
Ambrosia.
Oh, Ambrosia. What? Okay.
Matt Ambrosia Outlaw.
Matt Ambrosia Outlaw. Congratulations, baby.
Hey, somebody got mad because told my haters a while ago. So on one of my videos, I joke and say Pocket Hole King. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It's just a joke, okay? I don't think I'm a king of nothing.
Did somebody say something?
Yes, they commented.
Didn't tell me.
Yeah, it was today. Or they commented and said, you call yourself the Pocket Hole King, but didn't even tell us what screw size to use. I'm like, I said, bro, lighten up. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. I'm not really the Pocket Hole King. I guess I am because I said I am, but I don't know. Just made it up. Just lighten up. Lighten up.
Oh, people hate for so many different weird things.
I think folks just need to lighten up just a little bit, man. It's just fun.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm sure you know by now. I'm kind of loud and very protective of the people I love, which includes you guys. And so when people say stuff and leave really mean comments, I have a hard time.
I have one on
holding
Facebook.
My tongue.
I have one on Facebook.
But I do.
He commented. I had to delete the comment.
Kinda.
I had to delete the comment, but it was like the F word, and then you, and then I was a D head, and that I should get lost. That was it. I was like, huh? And I was like, why are you like? What does this even mean?
Married man said.
Where'd that come from?
Married man said, tell them screw size doesn't matter. It's all in the way you use your jig.
I wish I had thought about that. That would have been funny. So she's tickled. It's over. It's over. We got to go. She lost it. She's done for.
That was a good one.
As far as coming back at people, early on, when I started getting some subscribers and things and more views, people would come on and bash me pretty good sometimes, and I would go back at them like, but now I'm like, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The Bible, multiple times in the Bible, it says basically don't argue with a fool. Like, it's just, you're not going to win that argument. All they're doing is blowing hot air. So now I'm just like, I pray for you this morning, and I do pray for them. I say, I pray for you, and I hope your day gets better, because obviously you're having a bad day.
That was Michelle said life can be taken too seriously by someone who is miserable. Pray for them. That's exactly right. Mo said don't end the show on that note. Stephanie said a hashtag Amy blushed.
I don't know if I follow Blacktail. Maybe. I think so. I know of them or his channel. I have to check him out.
Oh, and Lorraine loves your shirt by Grace Alone.
Yep, that's right. Believe it.
Melissa said it's awful. You can't even have fun and joke. And obviously they don't watch our videos or they would know what it means. But also, he on one of his videos, was it the desk video where you made where you were like stumbling through your words and said?
No, was it? No, it was the top. CNC video. It was a CNC video.
Anyway, he made that comment about botting as a joke.
So Craig from Rogers.
And then we got a message from someone who had been a long supporter of ours and sub and said, I've always supported you, and I've always loved that your channel doesn't promote religion or not religion, promote political views. I'm very disappointed. And I was like, but that's not his political view. It was just a joke.
It was just a joke. Like, I wasn't.
He even told me when he was
I'm not a
editing,
political person. Like,
we're not
I don't
political
keep
at
up
all.
with that stuff. I don't.
We
like
probably should keep up with it better than we do, but we're not political people at all. And anyway, when he was editing, he said, "Should I take this part out?" And I said, "No, don't take that out. That's your personality. It's hilarious. Leave it in there."
People just need to light up. Just
even Danimal said that he lost it there, so that one brought tears to his eyes. That one was hilarious.
That was a good one.
Oh, give the website where you get your shirts from.
Caruso.com. K-E-R. They're also on Instagram. K-E-R. I can't spell. U-S-S-O, I think it is. Caruso.
I think so.
It should say it on here somewhere. It don't.
Is it on the back? No.
So Caruso.com is where I get a lot of them, most of them. And then Mardell.com. No S. Mardell.
Oh, that's right. Mardell.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness.
Caruso's good.
Way
yep.
too late
Sorry,
tonight.
we're 15 minutes over. But it was fun.
Sorry. It was. But, yeah, it's our first time kind of being back. And we still haven't.
You haven't.
I haven't.
I like when she says we, and it wasn't me.
I have. Anyway, I'll get the form so that some of y'all can come on here with us, and we'll get that done. Good night, Pasquale.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Pasquale. I think that's Pasquale.
You messed that all up again.
I messed that all up.
It's Pascal.
Is it Pascal? I said
now we got to know.
Now we got to know.
Mr. DiMarzio.
Yeah, we need.
We're terrible with names.
You can't even say the last name, DiMarzo. I want him to say, "Good night, Lloyd."
Uh-oh. Matt for president.
What? Who said that?
There's a bunch of them. I've seen two, so it's possible that I may be making a run.
Good night, Roman Ranger. Night, Devil. Oh, my goodness. It's been a lot of fun being back with y'all tonight.
Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Good night.
Good night.